party. Good evening. Good evening. I think I'm a couple of minutes early, not too. Are you on there, Mark?
Not yet.
Oh, somebody's joining us. I've got a number 1 at the top of the page, so
Okay.
Is that you? Possibly. Let's have a little look, wait for a few more people to, well, we'll have a little see who's here, who's around. Very busy time of year, so I'm sure everybody's really busy. But, oh, J Crow, hello! Good evening, Australia. Oh, thank you very, very much for our lovely Christmas card, which we opened yesterday. Beautiful. Thank you ever so much. Ah, good morning from Australia. One more day.
Hey? One more day?
One more day in front of us.
Oh, right.
One more day less to Christmas than us.
Ah, so they get Christmas before we do.
Of course they do. I didn't take much working out, Mr. Channon.
By the time we get up, they're well snozzled.
Well, it's our evening, isn't it?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Hi, Jean.
Hello.
It's 6 AM. Oh, thank you for joining us at such an unearthly hour of the morning. It's perhaps lovely. I wonder what the weather's like. Good evening, Christine. Thank you for joining.
It's been good here today.
It's been very mild here today, which is sometimes a little bit unnerving when it's a bit mild. I don't know about what everybody else thinks. Do pop on and say hello, won't you, if you are watching, because I've got numbers at the top. Do pop on and say hello. Now, so we'll get... Oh, Andreen, hello, lovely.
Hello, Anne.
And Mark. Anne, good evening. Good evening. Oh, lovely. Jet lag is going to be...
Oh, 34.
It's going to be 34 degrees. Wow.
We managed about 9.
Oh, hi, Philippa. Hi,
9.
Brian. Sorry.
I think we managed about 9 or 10.
We did. I think we got in double figures today. I think we're tens. It's not too bad. We can't grumble.
No.
Can't grumble. We mustn't grumble because it's not been too bad at all so far. Anyway, less about the weather, more about the craft.
Yes.
Excuse me. Who's on board? Excuse me.
All right.
Sorry about that. I was getting all excited about the weather.
Lovely.
I was getting all excited about the weather in Australia, and I don't know why. Because we're in Lincolnshire. Oh, good evening, Anne. Would you mind grabbing me another drink, please? Excuse me for drinking in front of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right then. I know it's a really busy time for everybody. at the moment. So, oh, excuse me. Thank you all for joining and popping in. And oh dear, I've got an elephant in my throat, not just a frog. So, excuse me. Just bear with.
Do we need to go to a commercial break?
Yes, we do. No, we don't. I'm fine. Sorry about that. Right, so this evening, this is my last live of 2025. Oh my goodness, where did that year go? I've thought we could make some thank you cards, because what follows Christmas, well, obviously New Year, before anybody is quick enough to point that out, is that we write thank you cards, don't we? So I thought it would be a nice idea to have just some really simple thank you cards. So I'm going to turn the screen around. Just bear with me. Got okie.
Oh yeah, should be okay there.
Lovely. Now, hopefully everybody can hear me all right. Somebody just lets us know that you can hear me all right. You can see me okay. Well, you can see the actual area that we're working in. Okie dokie. Right then. So these are just, I thought what we could do is we could do a masterboard. I haven't done one for ages, and I know we have done them in the past. I know I have, and I know that Philippa has, and Brian has, and also Julie has. And but I thought, well, if we do one again this evening, just to remind you of what we can do, just to make a nice piece of cardstock that's all the same, then we can really get on and do some nice thank you cards in a couple of different ways. So you can see here, I'll just go through. So obviously you can see from the colour scheme that I chose on these particular ones, and the masterboard that I actually did. This is the piece that I've got left. So basically, I haven't gone too mad with. I haven't done no stamping this evening, which is a little bit strange for me, anyway. Definitely, but we're going to be using these gorgeous floral dies. Now, I am using the Beautiful Blooms die set this evening. I know lots of you have got that one, but equally you could use the hand-picked florals, which would look really lovely if you use those, or the Perfectly Pretty Blooms, which would look fabulous as well. Obviously you can do stamping, but I think if you are wanting to make quick makes, you know, because thank you cards, you perhaps have quite a few that you want to make. It's quite a nice little idea if you do a masterboard. If you've got lots and lots, I would suggest you do an A3 or a 12 by 12 sheet. Not an A3. A3, they'd be quite big. A 12 by 12 sheet, using a 12 by 12 sheet of white. I'm just using the A4 tonight because that's all we needed, but I did have a little bit left over. Like I say, I had some bits left over, and perhaps I'll be able to use that little bit, but I definitely would be able to use that. I could use that little piece as a corner, and I've got that left, and that was out of a piece of A4. Okay, but I thought what we could do is, instead of having the pinks and the purples as the colour scheme, for the one that I'm going to make, I'm going to do blues and turquoises, and mix it up a little bit so you can see a little bit of an alternative going on. Now you'll notice also that I have used a mixture of the foilables, but I haven't foiled them. Of course you could foil yours, of course.
Donna's just popped in.
Oh, hi Donna, thank you for coming in. and Carol, Yolanda, they're all watching. Fantastic. Sandra, oh, thank you ever so much. Thank you for popping in. I know it's a busy time and I really appreciate you being here. So yes, you can see there I have used the foilables, which I love to do. I do love to do the foiling on them, but I equally like the black and the white to break up the colour scheme a little bit. Now I have also used the dies, Hazel Sentiment dies on one of them. So you can see lots of options. Obviously you've got thank you stamps, you've got bigger thank you dies as well that you could use. Lots and lots of scope to be going on with. So let's crack on. We're going to make we're going to do the masterboard first, but what I have done, because I want to try and get all 4 done, I have actually done quite a bit of prep. So I'm going to make a piece of cardstock. I'm going to decorate the cardstock, and then I'm going to leave this one to dry, because I've already gone ahead and prepped up and cut up and bits and pieces, because trying to do 4 and doing all the cutting up and doing the masterboard itself was going to take much more than an hour, and I know I didn't want to take up too much of your time this evening. Now, so I've got various colours that I'm going to use on this particular one. The paints I'm using are the Creative Muse designs. I get these from That's Crafty. I also on the pink and the purple one, I also use the multi-surface paints that are That's Crafty's own, and I use the variation of colours on those. So absolutely fabulous. I've also got the white as well. So you can see it's going to be the blue-ish turquoisey theme on this one. And the other thing that we're going to use, we're going to actually use some crystal paste from Pentart, which I didn't use actually on the first one, on the examples that you've just seen, but I have used on the blue one. So I thought, well, I'll ring the changes and we'll use this one on this one as well. Now, just to give you the heads up, for some reason, Conisbee today has had a problem with electric going in and out. Now, it's just flickered on and flickered off. Now, if it does happen in the live, what I will do is, obviously, I will come back to you and come back onto the live, but fingers crossed it doesn't happen in the next hour. It's been sort of just a tiny flick off and then coming straight back on again for whatever reason. No idea why. Nobody seems to know, but anyway, there we go. Right, so the colours that I'm going to use first, I'm going to go in with the dark colour first. I don't actually need a great deal of this, but I do want to go in and do this one first. It's absolutely stunning blue. It's a beautiful blue. I don't want a great deal, but I'm just putting it, I'm not sure if you can see, yes you can see that. I'm just putting it on my, I've got a messy mat at the side of me. Excuse me. Excuse me, dear me. Right, I've got a messy mat at the side of me, and I've got my little brayer tonight, my little baby brayer. I do have a bigger one, and obviously it covers much more surface, but because it's only a piece of A4 that I'm doing, I wanted to keep more control of it than I do with my big brayer. Okay, I just when I'm doing a small amount, I tend to use my little one, because I seem to have a little bit, I don't put quite so much on at any one time. I'm more in control. Sorry? Oh, hi Pat. So I'm just layering that. You can turn it round, obviously, a little bit easier than trying to reach across to the page. Now I'm keeping in one direction. I like to do that, but that is entirely just for this colour. But I will possibly go across with another one. Now that's enough of that one. So I'm going to just, I don't need any more of that one. So I'm going to just scrape that up and I'm going to put that back in my pot. Waste not, want not. They are acrylic paints that I'm using, so they obviously can be sprayed, watered down if you wish. And obviously we can quickly wipe our mats as well, with it being acrylic paint, which is quite easy. I'm not going to be too worried about washing my brayer each time, because A, it's going to take too much time, but also it really doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if there's a little tiny bit of the last colour on. So this one is a beautiful turquoise. So just getting the brayer, just rolling it on. And again, just building up the layers of the colours. Of course, you could use whatever colour you want. Make sure you do put colours together that do go together, because I do think that you know, you're going to find it easy on the eye. Also, if you think about what, now if you just have a little, I'm just going to bring this one in from the previous ones. If you think about, so if you're going to matte and layer with another colour, with a stronger colour, or a colour that is in the Masterboard itself, personally what I do is I actually choose that paper or that cardstock or whatever you're using first, because then you're not going to be stuck after you've gone to all this effort to make your lovely Masterboard. You're not going to be stuck for finding something to match up with it. So get the paper or the cardstock out first and then build on your actual pattern piece after. That always in my head makes sense, so I'm hoping it made sense the way that I was trying to explain it. So be guided by what you've got with your background paper, rather than be guided with trying to find something that's going to match up to this. I mean, obviously white and black will all match up with anything, but it's good if you have got something that goes nicely with it. Now I am putting yellow on this. I know that sounds, you know, it might be a bit, oh, that's a bit bright, but I'm only putting a little bit, so it won't be too bad. It's just gonna, just bringing in just a hint of a little bit of brightness really. And I'm going very lightly on that, just adding a little bit. Okay, just turn that around. You can see it doesn't take long. It's a lovely idea if you want to do this sort of thing or maybe on an afternoon when you're not really that terribly inspired about doing anything else, but you just want to craft. It's quite a nice little project to do, making some background papers. There we go. So just a hint of that yellow, not too much at all. Pop the lid on that, and then last we're going to go in with this one, and it's the sea green, the actual shade is, which is just gorgeous. It's one of my favourite colours, this one. And again, we're not going in with tons, but we can always add more on, you see. You can't take it away. That's the only problem, as we all know. And just bringing in that lovely take off that now. That's it. I'm just going to go up and down this way on just to take that off my brayer. Now I'm happy with the colours on there. I think I'm pretty much It will never, you'll never get 2 pages the same. Never will. It's pretty impossible really, unless you weigh your paint, but you're not going to do that. And that takes all the fun out of it anyway, doesn't it? Right, so want to take that off my, I'll just take that off my messy mat before it dries on. It was only the tiniest bit, so it wasn't even worth saving. Right, so we've now got our paint work done. That's all finished with. I'm happy with that. So what I want to do now is I want to add a little bit of stenciling. So on the white, on this previous one that I did, I've used some white paint through them. Now, I like the white paint. On this one, I'm going to do a little bit of Distress ink, and I'm also going to do a little bit of white paint. Now, I've got four colours out of the inks. So it was all going to depend on how much I put on of the different blues and the sort of the sea green or whatever. So, and this of course is all your personal, you know, it's all your own personal choice really, isn't it? Now I think I need to just wipe that from earlier. I thought I had, let me just, now this is the fabulous stencil from Julie, of course, 4-in-1, which always works rather well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top. I think I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go in with peacock feathers and see how that fares. Now, what we don't want it to be, we don't want this to overtake the pattern. The whole idea is to layer on top. And of course, let's have a little look to see. Oh yeah, that's all right, isn't it? That's quite nice, that. Happy with that. So we don't want to cover the whole piece. We just want it to be here and there. You don't even have to do the whole panel. And you can see how quick it builds. Of course, the other options are you can go over with stamping, we can go over with structure paste. And when I'm doing quite a, you know, a really heavy mixed media one, I will go over with structure paste, sometimes different colour structure paste and that sort of thing. Just done part of that one there, and I think I'll just do part of the one. Oh, hi Shelley, hope you had a nice time last night, which was Christmas party and steampunking, which always sounds like a fantastic do. I bet they had a quiz. Right, so we'll need those afterwards, so I'll leave those out there. There we go. So you can see it's really building up quite quickly. I am going to put a little bit of white on because I quite liked the white on the pink version. I'm going to just take a little bit of this out of, and then I'm using just a little stencil, quite a tight stencil brush there, and I'm just going to stipple that on. And then we've got some nice white bubbles there. Let's have a look. So I'll put some on here. That would be rather nice. So choose where you want to put them, because obviously the more, whatever area that you've got will pop more than others. Oh, that's a nice piece. I think I might put it on that piece over there as well. Let's have a look. Yep, and maybe one more bit, maybe just down here. Now, so little bit down there, that's it, lovely. So you can see the difference between the paint going on and the inks going on. You've got a thicker, slightly thicker layer with the paint than what you have with the ink, so it does make a difference. Just wipe that so that doesn't go all hard and horrible. And just wipe my stencil, so I'm going to need that in a minute. Just spray that. That's it. Whenever you've used paint through your stencils, do wipe. And obviously structure paste and all that sort of thing, you must wipe them, because it will dry quite quickly and then it will spoil. I need that again in a few minutes. Right, so the one last thing that we want to do is we want to put the paste on. Now I'm sticking with the circles, but obviously you don't have to. You could go in with all sorts of different shapes and sizes if you wanted to. For another, no, just, oh, here's one. There we go. Right, so the Pentart paste, beautiful. The glitter is immense in it. I know you'll have seen me using it before, and it's really strong. It doesn't matter if you don't complete all the panel. Just put a little bit here, a little bit there. Doesn't matter if you don't even complete the circle. There's no right or wrong with this at all. Go here, there. And I don't, you know, just a nice thin layer. So although it maybe doesn't stand out like really proud, you will notice, you will really notice, and it's all just lovely additions to the page. Right, so that's it, that's done. That's good and quick, isn't it? Let me just wipe this stencil again. I could do with a few of these. I use it so much. I'm surprised I haven't worn it out. There we go. Right. Always pop your lids on your paints and your texture paste and all that sort of thing, because obviously you don't want it to dry up. She says as the white stood there with the top off. That's not a good idea, Jo. Right, so popping that over there like that. Now that is exactly how I did the one that I did earlier, that I've got prepped for, so I will show you that. So this is what I had left from all the prep that I've done previously. So obviously we have to use that for something. Who, sorry?
Jenny.
Oh, hi Jenny. There we go. So really, Jenny, all we've done is we've just made just an A4 sheet, a little masterboard here with all the different, little bit of brayering, a little bit of stenciling with inks, a little bit of white paint stenciling, and then I've gone over with some of the crystal paste, which really pretty, and we're making thank you cards. So I'm going to put this one to one side because I don't need this anymore. And I'm going to bring in, I think I've got everything ready. Let's have a little look. I'm going to bring in, I'll bring in the original colours. There we go. Now I've done all 7x5s. Obviously you can do whatever size you want, but you don't ever, I wouldn't have thought with any thank you cards you're going to need big cards, because as long as you've got enough to write inside and do the thanking that you need to do. So the first one that we'll do this one first. So what I have done in preparation for this one, so I'll leave the original one here. So I've took a really lovely, like I would call this a petrol blue. Now I don't know if Mum's watching tonight, but I remember, gosh, many years ago, when I used to wear skirts, not very often I might admit, I had a suede skirt in this colour, and I loved it. And do you know what, when I picked this colour off out of my paper pad today, it reminded me of that. It was a nice memory because I used to like that skirt. Right, anyway, that was totally not connected to what I'm doing, but I thought I'd tell you. Right, so basically what I needed a darker colour to make the circles pop. I have punched out, but obviously you can die cut these. So the dinky circle set of dies, you could do that. So all I've done is took my punch and just punched some from underneath. Now the reason why, and there's a very good reason why I didn't use my dies, is because this wasn't quite as dry as what I would have liked it to have been. And you know, we can never cut anything with dies if they're not 100% dry. So I chose to just use my punch instead on that occasion. So I've got these already punched. I've got 4. So you see how nice that the colours have come out. Now before I do that, I want to bring the circle, this is why I wanted it clean, I want to bring the circle in and do a little bit of colour in the background. Now for the background colour, I don't know whether to stick with peacock feathers or whether to, now you see the Uncharted Mariner would be the perfect colour to go with this, but it is a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, but I'm going to tap it off, and all I want to do is just put a few, I'm going to go very light because I don't want it to be too heavy. I don't want this to be the feature, I want it just to blend nicely into the background really. If we're not entirely sure about this colour, we'll just use another one on the next one. Oh no, that's fine. And I'm going in the opposite, so I'm just going to tap off each time because I don't want it to be too heavy. So I'm going straight onto the card itself on this occasion. So now we need to pop that through the middle, slightly longer than what I need, so I shall just place it in the middle and then trim it off. Now if I get the top of my card level with one of the lines on my cutting mat and then match it up with another line, that makes it nice and straight. I use my cutting mat a lot, and my glass mat or cutting mat a lot to do the measuring, because I think it then assures you of getting it nice and straight. Right, so now we've got our band across, and now we want to put our circles. So you can see how that glitter, that glitter paste just really, it's taking on the colour underneath. I didn't want it to be too, I didn't want anything to be too focal. You know what I mean? I wanted it all just to blend really. So if I do one on the end, in the middle, and one on this end in the middle, go, and then one either side of those, that should work out. That one could do with a little bit more on there, so let me just put that, that's it. You could make lots of these Masterboards one afternoon, and all ready for your cards for start of next year then, won't they? Now on this one, we've used the bigger die. I'll show you which one. We've used this one. And for those that have joined in after I said it, it's the Beautiful Blooms die set that I'm using. So I'm going to take one of those. Actually, I might just use that one. Yeah, that's much better. It's a little bit more pronounced because it's going to blend in too much with the background if I do the other colour. So I chose this turquoise as well for some of the dies, and I'm going to put the middle, because of course the middles come out separately, so you can then mix and match them, which is rather nice to do. There you go. And then for this one, I've used the Thank You. I might mix that up and put it at the top. No, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to go down the next size on this one, and I'm going to put it up there. So I'm going to get my little, look at this, I've got a magic little tool here that my friend Jean got me. And what you do is, I can't remember, Jean, what it actually, is it a facial thing or something? Facial, is it something that you massage your face with or something like that? But basically it's, where's my tweezers? Oh, here, I'll grab these ones. It just leaves little dots onto your, yeah, I'm just going to put that in that top corner, onto your die cuts and your very delicate little bits, rather than you getting too much glue on them. And I absolutely love it. I'm going to just offset that just there like that. Right, so that's number one. I'll just put little, let's see if I can get some blue. I'm just rooting in my, little stash. There we go. I'm just going to put that there. I think actually, because I've put that there, I'm going to have to put one in this corner. There we go. So that's number one. Slightly different to that one. But it doesn't matter, does it? Right, so that's number one. Okay. Right, number two, we are going to, I'm just going to wipe that so I don't put my arm in it. Not that it matters. I've got my Christmas jumper. I don't know if anybody can actually see.
Not anymore.
No.
It's still exfoliating your face.
Oh, thank you. I know it was something that obviously we're not using it for. Well, I'm not. I don't use it for both. Right, let me get the next card and show you what the pink looks like. There we go. Right, so we're going to do this one. So all I've done is cut pieces, just pieces off the edge. So for instance, if I had this piece now, all I did was trim 3 pieces off the edge, and then I've matted them up onto the petrol blue again. I'm just going to put some glue just down that bottom bit like so. And I'm going to put the biggest one there. That's slightly wider than what I had the other one. So, actually I'll leave it open because it's easier. And then they are slightly wide. I might not put 2. I might not put 3, sorry. I might just put, yes, I'm only going to put, I'm just going to put the 2 on because I've done them slightly wider. But again, that really doesn't matter, does it? Because it's not like you're making something like a wedding invitation that needs to be exactly the same each time, because these are obviously going to different people, and it really doesn't matter. Now for this one, I've gone with this stencil, which has got the diamond pattern on. And I'm going to stick with the same colour because I was happy with that, the way that it came out. But again, just do it nice and light. There we go. That up, and then I'm going to bring that down. Might match that. No, I don't think that will match up. Let's just bring that down. We'll just do a part of that one. There we go. And a teeny little bit in the, just pop it in the middle. Just a tiny bit lighter on that one, well, even more lighter than the other one. That's it. Smashing, happy with that. Right, so that's that one. And then all we did for this one is we have taken the darker flowers, and I've got 2 that size and 1 smaller one. Oh, it's still got the thingy in the middle. So just pop in those. I'm just popping them on flat. I'm not building them up or anything, but you can do exactly as you wish. I'm just going to take that bit off there. I've got a bit too much on there. And I'm going to, let's have a little look where I've got the middles. So I want the little one. To pop in the middle of that one. And so I did these all earlier because I thought there's no way I'm going to get the masterboard and all of them finished in time. So that's why but you all know how to die cut, don't you? So I don't need to be worrying about teaching you that. Any questions, obviously, you just need to ask. Right, so we've got that one. And now we just need to, I think I'm just going to have one of these small banner thank yous from the foilables. just in that top corner. And let's see, a little rummage in my glossy dots. Now I did put hearts on, but I think maybe they're going to have to be the dots, I think, for the blues. 'Cause I'm not sure whether I've actually got. There we go. That just adds that little bit of something. Right, that's number 2. So this was the original one. So we did 3 stripes on this one because I did them thinner, 2 on this one, and then obviously the different colour scheme. That's number 2. Let's put those. That's it. If I put those there, and then there we go. Right. So the next one. A little look, which is the next one. Very basic, this one. So all we've done is now I have cut this 5x7 down a little bit, as you can see. I've just chopped off about 3/4 of an inch because I didn't quite have enough of a length from the actual masterboard. That was my fault. I should have been concentrating better. And I didn't cut it long enough, and then I didn't have enough from the A4 sheet to then cut another one. That's it, just sticking that down like that. But this is a super quick one. Just that one over the top. There we go. And then all I've done is I've just taken one of the flowers, and now then, have I got a big circle? Yes, I have. Super. So, oh, I tell you what I haven't done. I haven't done the stenciling, have I? I should have really done that before I stuck that down, but not a problem. We can do that. There we go, that bit at the top. This bit at the bottom. There we go. And the flower. In the middle. And the dot from the other colour there. Now, what am I going to do on this one then? I'm going to use the die cut one on this one, and I'm just going to put it in that corner there. So I might have enough glue on here. Oh, no, shouldn't have done that. Should have got some more glue. Shouldn't have been so stingy there. That glue had dried on there and I shouldn't have done that. Let me take that off there, look. That's the one thing I know about you, Jean, but you just got to make sure that you... I'll just take that glue off there. see if I can. Just take that off there so it's not making a mess. Yeah, that's better. Right. That's a lesson learned. Just make sure it's not dry and it's not going to stick to everything. I just need something to press that down with. That's it. And just do the U. That's it, lovely. And we'll put some dots in. In fact, we could put that lovely turquoisey green at the top, because that I've got green in where the yellow just goes over the blue. It creates that lovely. There we go. That was a super quick one. So that one and this one. Oh, I didn't put a circle in that one. Oh. I'll tell you what I could do. I'd put a button in that afterwards. Right, so that's the third one. And the last one is this one. And what I've done is I've just made that, I've just cut freehand a little, like a faux tab as such. Let me just wipe that up so I don't get messy. And then we've just got the band, but I've used the card that we made as the little faux tab. Now, so I've got, you can do this however way you like, really. It really doesn't matter. You can put the dark at the top and the slightly lighter coloured card at the bottom, or the other way around. But it's nice to actually have the two different colours. Now, it doesn't matter if they don't meet, oh, they are going to meet in the middle, but it doesn't matter if they don't meet in the middle, because you're going to put the band through the middle anyway. That's it. Now, so I've got the bands. We don't need to mat and layer that up because we've got the two colours either side anyway. And if you did want to mat it up with a different colour, I would go with white. I would just make it a completely different and like your neutral colour. Let's have a look. Does that look about right? Yep. We are. And then what I did was, so I cut this just like I say freehand, it's like a little pocket or something, to go up there. But what I did want is, I did a white one which was slightly bigger, so that could go on top of that. So it made it pop a little bit more. Make a nice birthday card actually. This one would, a little bit more to this one. Well, not sort of much more, but with having this little addition. You could also use the lovely banners going downwards from Julie's banner dies, which would be rather nice. So having that white there underneath there, that obviously that going on the top of that, you wouldn't really see, it wouldn't be as defined as what it should be, if you hadn't put the white. And now I've used, I love these, I call them the skeleton flowers because they've got, it's such a delicate little flower, isn't it? And we're just going to pop one in the petrol blue and one in the turquoise, but we're going to just offset that just slightly. Pressing that down a little bit. And then we're going to put on the medium size from the Beautiful Blooms. So I've just used the Beautiful Bloom set, but of course you could use whatever one that you've got at home. Now, although that does show, it's not quite as perfect as I would like it to be. So have I got... Do you know I haven't, which is very annoying. I just haven't got a circle that's going to match that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in my little button assortment. Have I got a button? Let's have a look. Oh, got a white one. Ah, now then, that'll look nice. We'll put the white button on, but that's not going to stick immediately, but I will just keep it in place. So white button. So the white goes with the white, which is rather nice. And then we're going to use this slightly bigger thank you, the bottom here. So I've just slightly mixed to match them a little bit. Actually, I'll do the U first and then I'll know where to put the thank. There, and I have got, oh no, I'm going to do that. I've got some of these left over, these dots. So I'm just going to carefully these are the middles out of the flowers, so I may as well use them because I'll only mislay them. So tiny. There we go. So I don't need those bits. And that's our final one. So that is the way that you make your thank you cards after Christmas. Got mine all made now, so I just need some presents to say thank you.
Oh, we'll save them for next year if we don't get any.
How cheeky. Right, I'm just going to clean that off before I put them all out because that would just be a real shame if I get them all dirty, won't it? Because at this moment in time I haven't had any misdemeanours with regards to dirty fingerprints, which I might have said that too early because I haven't washed my hands yet. Righty-ho, so we've got this one and this one. So the difference there is I've just used the bigger one, I've used the die cut on that one. And we had this one that went with this one. I'm not going to get all these presents, I might add. These will be for the rest of the year. And we've got this one. And we've got that one. And last but by no means least, because the circles are rather nice, we've got this one and this one. There we go.
Very
So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and it's given you just a few little ideas. What I will do is, I won't do it this evening, but I will take pictures of these tomorrow, so, and then pop them onto the Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey, and then you can have a little look at them and then maybe use, oh, be careful with that because it's not set yet, is it, that button? And then we can, you can have a look at the layouts and then maybe, you know, sort of have a little bit of an idea of what you can do, and have fun making the masterboards. So I've got this one now for something else for another day. Like I say, make sure it's 100% dry before you die cut it. Basically, when cards are wet, they're very fibrous, so that means that you're not going to get a nice crisp die cut, and you're going to just waste the effort that you've actually done making the masterboard itself. So we'll just turn you around, and then we'll say our good nights. Oh, thank you ever so much, Anne. Oh, thank you. Let me just turn that round a minute. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Anne. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Well, you know, I love all of what Julie does. As a company, obviously, as Let's Create, and also, of course, as a member of the design team. So I would like to take this opportunity from Mark and myself of wishing everybody, oh, thank you, Andreen, thank you so much, my darling, wishing you all a very, very happy Christmas, and healthy Christmas, obviously. I hope everybody keeps well away from all these nasty bugs, and the happiest and healthiest new year, because we all need a good new year ahead, don't we? Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, do catch up, Jenny. I mean, it's not, you know, sort of rocket science what we've done tonight. It's just really just some thank you card ideas. Thank you, Donna. Oh, and thank you for staying up in Australia. Bless you. Oh, how lovely.
Staying up, getting up.
Oh, getting, no, sorry. Oh, gosh, I do get bobulated when it comes to Australian times. Yes, thank you for getting up early. Now put the kettle on, have your toast, have your breakfast. All right then, well, Merry Christmas to everybody, and I do hope that you all have a wonderful time, and we'll see you back in January, and we'll have lots more inspiration from all the team, and it's just going to be wonderful. Okay, all right, well, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.